Good morning, Franciscans. During our annual fund drive over the past 4 weeks, we've done our best to try and give you a sense of how your financial support can make our lives fuller and more gracious here at St. Francis. This week, we continue that process as we come to our In-Gathering Sunday. So before we ask you to send in your donations, first let me say some of you have already met and pledged for 2022. Thank you. And if you haven't and aren't ready to turn in your pledge this morning, consider prayerfully how you can sustain St. Francis during the coming year. And then finally, if you have got your pledge this morning, we are so grateful that you have faithfully turned it in. One of the ways that St. Francis has been able to show the abundance of its place in God's kingdom and through its parishioners is in the international ministry arena. Over 20 years ago, we met a young man at Virginia Theological Seminary named David Bacco. David formed a relationship with Franciscans that extends to today. David was from South Sudan, what is now South Sudan, although at the time it was Sudan. And the people of South Sudan are one of the poorer people in the world. They've lived through 2 civil wars in the past 20 years. First, to break away from the northern part of their political entity, which was Sudan. And during the past 10 to 15 years, they've been struggling within their own country about how their political system would be broken up. David Bacco introduced us to a place called Ezo. The Diocese of Ezo sits at the corner of South Sudan, the DRC, and the Republic of Congo. They are a hardy people, but their lives have been dislocated. And so, after David, we came to know and form a continued relationship with Bishop John Zewo. Bishop John resigned last year and has been replaced by Bishop Isaac Ephraim. In the past 6 months, the impact of Bishop Ephraim on our own ability to communicate and be in touch with the people of Ezo has been astounding. And we just finished a borehole for a well on the diocesan property that can be used by all the people in the village. It has been a wonderful gift to that group, and we're looking to see if we can do another borehole before the end of the year. We've been able to sustain our relationship with the Diocese of Ezo through winter galas and other separate fundraising events. Now we come to a time where we want to see if it's possible to put them on our regular budget, as well as to supplement and show our abundance in fundraising through a winter gala. This is the outreach part of our work. But there are other ways besides financial that you can help out St. Francis. We sit on beautiful grounds in the middle of Great Falls in Northern Virginia, and we are parallel to Georgetown Pike. We have trees and fields, former farmland, and it's an abundant and beautiful place. We have buildings that were constructed 25 and 35 years ago, and we wish to continue to maintain those buildings so that they offer a welcome and a visual sign of God's kingdom being right here in Great Falls. And there are ways you can help out with that too. Volunteer work allows us to avoid having to pay for contractors of all sorts. Those who clean our gutters, repair our roofs, paint our rooms, and keep things in good care, like our nature's classroom, our memorial garden, and our labyrinth. All of these are places people routinely use, neighbors of ours who are not even part of our church, but come to this special place to take advantage of it, knowing that somehow God has touched the people who live here and the space itself. We're so grateful to have all these blessings given to us by our forebears and continued by faithful parishioners. But it does take some kind of volunteer work and help to do those things. So along with the things we do on Sunday morning in worship, from the altar guild, the ushers, the greeters, the lay readers, the acolytes, the choir, to the things we do day to day during the week, like making sure the gutters are clean, the light bulbs are on and in place, and that the floors are taken care of so that the children can have a wonderful experience here and that the staff can work in an environment that is uplifting. You can be part of that work. There will be placed on our website sign-up geniuses for areas where you can show what your interest in ministry is on a volunteer basis. We look forward to that engagement just as we look forward to your pledges. And again, we thank you for your prayerful consideration of the gifts and talents that you have. We thank you all for bringing forth pledges for faithful financial stewardship and for continuing to be faithful worshipers on Zoom and in person during this time. Franciscans, God bless you.